is founder and president of the Article 3 Project, Mike Davis. Sir, your thoughts on Judge Eileen Cannon presiding over the early stages of these court proceedings. Is this good or bad news for President Trump?
Well, it means that that President Trump's going to get a fair hearing in this courtroom with Judge Cannon. Judge Cannon is a very smart judge. She went to Duke for undergrad. She went to Michigan for law school. She clerked on a federal circuit court of appeals. She was a former top attorney at a top law firm. She was a former federal prosecutor. She was confirmed by the Senate with strong bipartisan support, including 36% of Senate Democrats, which is a very high number considering that Democrats have ferociously opposed many of Trump's judicial nominees. She's going to be fair. The Democrats don't like her because she's actually going to follow the law like she did in the preliminary proceedings with Trump at the Mar-a-Lago raid.
Now, sir, you've been on this since August 8th of 2022, the day that Mar-a-Lago was raided by the FBI in an unprecedented move. Look into your crystal ball, sir. How is this all going to play out, starting with this upcoming Tuesday when President Trump is expected to be at the Miami Federal Courthouse at 3 p.m. Eastern?
Well, President Biden green-lighted his Justice Department, his Attorney General Merrick Garland and the Biden Justice Department to do this unprecedented, unnecessary, unlawful home raid on a former president, and now moving forward with this unprecedented indictment of a former president for the non-crime of a former president having his presidential records and the congressionally funded and heavily guarded, including by the Secret Service, office of the former president. This was a political hit by Biden to get Trump's copy of his declassified via presidential memo crossfire hurricane records that are so damning to Biden, to Obama, to Hillary, to the CIA, to the FBI, to the Attorney General. Biden knows that these records are damning. We saw the unclassified version of these crossfire hurricane records with John Durham's report. Just imagine how they are in Trump's declassified copy that Biden never made public. So buckle up. Judge Cannon is going to be a fair judge. I'm very optimistic that Trump is going to prevail in this ultimately. It may take a while, but he's going to prevail, and he's going to be the president of the United States again come January 2025.
Why are you optimistic that he is going to prevail? Is it simply Judge Cannon overseeing the initial early stages? Does President Trump have a very compelling argument? Is the burden of proof on the government here? Break down why you are optimistic regarding this.
I'm optimistic Trump will prevail because the law is on his side. The Biden Justice Department has intentionally misled federal courts. They tried to do it with Judge Cannon. She was smarter than that. They did it with the 11th Circuit, and they were weak and cowed. But the Presidential Records Act controls a former president's handling of his presidential records. It does not matter whether they're classified or not. These records were very secure in the office of former president for 18 months after Trump left office. They began leaking when Biden had his Justice Department raid Trump and started leaking these documents.
Mike Davis, Article 3 Project. Sir, thank you so much. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.